In this lecture, we'll study about linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. Come to the definition. A recurrence relation of the form C0AR plus C1AR minus 1 plus C2AR minus 2 plus dotted up to CKAR minus K is equal to FR. Right hand side is the function on variable R where Ci's are constants. So these C0, C1, C2 up to Ck are all constants. Is called a linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. So the other constant coefficients C0, C1, C2 up to Ck. So this kind of recurrence relation is called as the linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. The above recurrence relation is called as the kth order recurrence relation provided both C0 and Ck are non-zero. So this particular recurrence relation is called as the kth order recurrence relation provided this C0 and this Ck are non-zero. Okay, and rest may be 0, may not be 0. Rest value of Ci, it may be 0 or may not be 0, but the condition is C0 and Ck must be non-zero. Then we can say this is a kth order recurrence relation or kth order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. Come to one example, the first order recurrence relation with constant coefficient. So in place of k we have first. So first order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient, it is 2ar plus 3ar minus 1. Okay, so here in place of this we can have k, like in this particular recurrence relation. So that is why it is called as the first order linear recurrence relation. Okay, so see here we have C0 is non-zero as well as we have Ck here, this is non-zero. Okay, or you may say this is C0 and this one is C1. So that is why it is called as the first order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient. Come to another example, second order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient. So this one is C0, this one is C2. Okay, so we can have, this is called as the second order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient. Another example of second order linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient is 3ar plus 7ar minus 2 is equal to 0. Come to another example. Consider the recurrence relation 3a minus 5a r minus 1 plus 2a r minus 2 is equal to r square plus 5. Suppose we are given that a3 is equal to 3 and a4 is equal to 6, we can compute a5. Okay, so let me write it down in the form of numeric function. So a is equal to, let's suppose a0, a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, ar, and so on. Okay, so here a3 is given, this value is given, as well as a4 is given, a4 is equal to 6. Now we can compute this a5 because the previous two values of ai are given. So how this a5 can be calculated? So come to this equation. Here in this particular equation, in the place of r we can put 5. Okay, so when you put 5, r is equal to 5, so we get equation 3a 5 minus 5a r minus 1 is 4 plus 2a 3 is equal to, value of r is 5 square plus 5. Okay, now this equation can be written as minus 3a5 is equal to minus 5a4 plus 2a3 minus 5 square plus 5. Okay, now we can find a5 is equal to 3 minus 5a4 plus 2a3 minus 5 square plus 5. We can now put the value of a4 as 6 and a3 is 3. So here we put the value of a4 as 6, a3 is 3, and the rest are the same, and we'll get the value 18. So in this way, if a3 is known, then you can calculate a3 and a4 are known, then you can calculate the next value of the numeric function, that is a5. Similarly, you can compute a6. When you compute a6 here, then we'll use the value of a5 and a4. Okay. Similarly, and so on. So we can compute a6, then we compute a7, and so on. When you calculate the value of a7, then we will use the value of a6 and a5. Okay. Also, we can compute the value of a2. So in this case, we have given the value of a3 and a4, and we can calculate the next value of ai. Similarly, you can calculate the previous value of ai, like we can calculate a2. Okay. So how we can calculate a2 here? So see here, when you put r is equal to 2 here, when you put r is equal to 4 here. Okay. So in this particular equation, put the value of r is equal to 4, you will get 3a4 minus 5a, 4 minus 1 is 3, plus 2a r minus 2, that is 4 minus 2 is 2, equal to r square. The value of r is 4, that is 4 square plus 5. Okay. Now this equation can be written as minus 2a2 equal to 3a4 minus 5a3 minus 4 square plus 5. Okay, we can calculate a2 as minus 1 by 2, 3a4 minus 5a3, 4 square plus 5. Okay, now see here in this particular step, in the value, write the value of a4 as 6. So we'll get 3 into 6 here, 3 into 6. Then write the value of a3, that is 3, 5 into 3, and the rest are the same. So we'll get a2 is equal to 9. Similarly, so to calculate a2, we use the value of a3 and a4. Similarly, you can, when you find the value of a1, then we'll use the value of a2 and a3, and so on. Similarly, a1 is calculated. So when we calculate the value of a1, then we'll use the value of a2 and a3, and a2 is already calculated here. So a2 is equal to 9. That will use this value of a2 will be used here. That is 9 is used here. Okay. Similarly, you can calculate a0. When you calculate the value of a0, then we'll use the value of a1 and a2. Okay. So the value of a1 is used here, 25, and the value of a2, that is 9, is used here. Okay. We conclude that the above linear recurrence relation together with a3 is equal to 3 and a4 is equal to 6 completely specifies the discrete numeric function a. Okay, so what is the conclusion? We conclude that the above linear recurrence relation, this is a recurrence relation with the boundary conditions a3 is equal to 3 and a4 is equal to 6, it completely specifies the discrete numeric function a. So when a recurrence relation is given with some boundary condition, then we can find the discrete numeric function. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular point. So in other words, we can say the recurrence relation with some boundary condition, we can find out the solution of this recurrence relation with some boundary condition, and the solution is nothing but the discrete numeric function. Okay, so this much for today.